What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazik, aka Unique Mazik, the hardest working man in sports and gaming. And I had an idea. And everybody knows when I have an idea, there's going to be trouble. So I put together this roster on NBA 2K21 because I had this concept in my head. I was like, what would happen if every team, every franchise in the NBA had an opportunity to bring back one player from the past? Now, this is totally fantasy because it's either alive or dead. But if you could pull back one player from every team's history, don't matter if they play for another team or whatever at some other time in their career, but one player, and bring them back, what would it do? What would that look like, right? So what I got is the bring them back roster. So with each franchise having one player that they brought back. So I'm going to go through each team and I'm going to show you who I brought back. So as you can already see right now with the 76ers, we brought back Allen Iverson. I think that the 76ers just kind of struggle to find other people to create offense for themselves. They probably need some help with a guy who can just go get buckets. I think that's something that this 76ers team misses. Obviously, Allen Iverson is not the ideal size for like a shooting guard, but you have this enormous point guard already in Ben Simmons. So now you got a big three of Iverson, Embiid, and Simmons. I'm saying I think that's kind of decent. Next up, we got the Bucks. Yeah, we brought back Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We did. So now you got a front line that features Kareem, Giannis, and Chris Middleton. Oh my, I don't think any rebounds are had in Milwaukee unless those two guys got in. They also have probably the longest names of any teammates in the league. So next up, we ain't even got to talk about it. We ain't even got to talk about it. You already know what was happening. Michael Jordan comes back to the Bulls. I don't know what this does because I don't know, maybe Zach LaVine or Mike. I think Mike would move to the 3. Zach would play the 2 and then Kobe White's the point guard. Yeah, I don't know if even Michael Jordan can do what needs to be done here. We'll find out. Cleveland Cavaliers, we had to bring him back. We had to bring back LeBron. I really don't know that their front line is pretty solid. Good rebounding front line. Yeah, but I don't think the rest of it is not very good at all. Next up, we got the Celtics. Now, I went back and forth with this. I was thinking Bill Russell. I was thinking Larry Bird. I was thinking about the current team, and I was like, I don't know, man. They already got a small forward. You could say they got 2 of them because a lot of people would say Tatum's better at the small forward, but I just went ahead and went with Larry. I went with Larry. I kind of felt like maybe I should have went with a Bill Russell, but I could just leave Larry sitting on the side. Next up, we got the Clippers. Just let them, they got Kawhi, they got Paul George. For now, I brought back Chris Paul. Hey, you need somebody. This actually would have, they had Chris Paul this year, I think would have helped a great deal because they needed a floor general on the floor to kind of direct some stuff there and maybe help get Paul George back on the right page. I think would have been amazing. But, this is a fantasy. This is bring them back. Okay, it's not real life. This is bring them back. Next up, we got the Grizzlies. I brought back Marc Gasol. Could have brought back Powell, but I went with Marc. A little bit bigger, a little bit better on defense. So I felt like they both have some similar things in terms of shooting the 3, but similar guys. So I felt like Marc was the right guy here. This is interesting with Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Gasol. And then you got Jonas Valanciunas coming off the bench now. So it's kind of interesting. Next, we got the Hawks. Dominique Wilkins is not enough to save this team, but that's a good start. They can score with Trae Young and Neek and John Collins. They can score. And Clint Capella, it's not too bad. The shooting guard situation with Kevin Huerta is but we'll see what happens. The Miami Heat, some people could say maybe you should have brought back LeBron because of the years that he had there. He had that one season with the Heat. It was his best season of his career. But Dwayne Wade is the Miami Heat, y'all. He really is the Miami Heat. I couldn't leave D Wade on. It has to be him. And if you look at what this particular Heat team already has, this is a nasty little addition here. This is prime Wade too now. So then we go to the Hornets. I went back and forth between Glenn Rice and Larry Johnson. I went ahead and went with Glenn Rice. has a little bit of a higher rating in the game, it's not going to matter. This Hornets team is going to get throttled night in and night out in this particular league. So that is what it is. Next up, we got, now this was tough, of course. Do you go with John Stockton or do you go with Karl Malone? I've always felt that John Stockton was a better player than Karl Malone. Not saying that Karl Malone's trash or anything like that. He does happen to be my least favorite player of all time. But still, I still feel that John Stockton's a better player. So I went with John Stockton. Next up, we got the Sacramento Kings. The big O, Oscar Robertson, is in the building. This is tough. This is interesting because you got De'Aaron Fox. They both play the same position. Somebody's got to go to a small shooting guard or whatever. Maybe Buddy Hield goes to small forward. I don't know. Something's got to get worked out because the big O had to be there. I could have said Chris Webber. I could have, but we can't leave big O out. You can't do that. You can't do that. Next up, the Knicks has to be Patrick Ewing. It's got to be. It's not going to help this team. You could start Mitch Robinson at the 4, and it still ain't gonna work out. They're gonna get beat up a lot, but it is. We had to put Pat out there. Next, we got the Lakers. It can only be one person. Kobe Bryant. Actually, if I really want to be honest with you, he was really the main person that I thought about when I thought about doing this concept. I almost didn't do it because it felt kind of weird in a way, but I decided to go ahead and do it anyway. I just thought it would be cool. And this team, yeah, we ain't even got to talk about it. AD, LeBron, and Kobe. Oh, wow. I don't know that anybody's going to beat this team, so we'll have to find out. But this is, right now, I don't know. It seems like Lakers and the Bucks to me. I don't know. We'll see. Orlando, Shaq comes back. And I don't know why they got this Shaq with the hair look like he was a big member of the Jackson 5. I don't know. And when I say big, I mean in size. This team. I don't know. We'll see. They were decent anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Next, we got the Mavericks. Obviously, it's Dirk Nowitzki coming back. They got an interesting little, three-headed monster with Nowitzki, Doncic, and Porzingis. They are like EuroLeague basketball, right? In just all together on one squad. The amalgamation of the greatest EuroLeague talents ever, probably, or close to it. Next, we got the Nets. We got Dr. J. I did not go with Jason Kidd. I think Dr. J is still the greatest net of all time. And Dr. J, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving is pretty interesting. You kind of saw a preview of this, the Nuggets. I went back with young Melo to bring him back here. Could have went Alex English, maybe even Fat Lever, but I went with young Melo. I thought he's a little bit better here. And this team's already kind of good, so this is gonna be interesting to see them. Then you got, we had to do the creation, had to pull him from somebody. Reggie Miller's in here, y'all, for the Pacers. They're not gonna be that good. Could have gone with Mel Daniels. I think he actually probably was a better player. In my opinion, Reggie's dynamic just because of the presence and everything. But we went with Reggie. Next up, we got AD going back to the Pelicans. Not a bad team though. Interesting. AD, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, Drew Holiday, JJ Redick. You got Lonzo Ball. It's interesting. Probably not gonna win, but they did all right. The Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, had to go with him. He gets the 97 overall. He does not shoot the ball that great in this. His 3-point percentage was never super high, but super fast. Outstanding score inside the paint, mid-range, ridiculous handle, very good defense. But the Pistons are not good enough for this to matter. The Raptors, we went with Vince. I could have gone with Kawhi, but Kawhi was only there with that 1 year. I know they won the championship, but Vince Carter is still, to me, in my opinion, the greatest Raptor of all time because he put that whole franchise on the map. The Rockets, we only could go with one place. Hakeem Olajuwon joins James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Yeah, this is a team that they might got to watch what they do with those Lakers. That should be a good little series there if they were to meet. The Spurs, bringing Tim Duncan back, it's obvious, but I don't think this is enough. I don't think it's enough. Next up, we had the creation time again. I didn't create this Barkley. It's very bad. He likes somebody from Boys in the Hood or something. I don't know what this is, but we had to bring Barkley back. It's interesting with him and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, but probably not going to be enough. undersized power forward. You know how it works. Next, we got he's back. He's on 2 different teams. I think he might be like the only guy on here. Oh, no, Chris Paul too. But Kevin Durant, we had to bring him back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know, yes, this is the Seattle Supersonics. I could have went with Gary Payton or Sean Kemp, but I decided to go with Durant. I still think he's the greatest player in the history of that franchise. So there you go. The Timberwolves had to be Kevin Garnett. Front line is interesting with him and Cat. It's pretty interesting. I think the drop-off is too drastic everywhere else, but that one was decent. The Trailblazers, it was Clyde Drexler. Maybe this is what, I don't know. Clyde Drexler should actually probably start at the small forward. But so Lillard, McCollum, and Clyde Drexler seems pretty cool. And Nurkic is not bad. And Whiteside, they got some pieces. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they can shock somebody. Oh, boy. Yeah. This might be the team to mess with the Lakers. Wilt Chamberlain, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green. That right there is the starting 5. And that right there is a problem. That's a problem. That is a serious problem. So I don't know what to make of that. But we're going to go ahead and look at this last team with the Washington Wizards. Elvin Hayes, I had to bring him back. Thought about bringing back Wes Unseld. I think they took him out of the game. The ratings were really close. Elvin Hayes is a bigger guy playing the power forward center, so I felt like that might match a little bit better for right now's game. So we went ahead and went with that. So let's take a look at what the actual simulation told us about this thing. All right, so much for me saying that LeBron was not going to be able to get anything done with that with that Cavs team. All he did was win Rookie of the Year. I mean, not Rookie of the Year. All he did was win MVP. Almost 28 points a game, 6 boards, 10.2 assists, which is the same amount of assists he averaged in real life this year. 1.4 steals and 0.6 blocks, 54% from the field, just under 80% from the free throw line, and he shot 41% from the 3. The Rookie of the Year was Dylan Windler. Okay, Rookie of the Year is officially broken in the NBA 2K simulations. Yes, this is just shameful. Remind me to write an article about how this is broken. At any rate, the 6th man was Fred VanVleet for the Raptors. Almost 16 a game, 2.7 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.9 steals, just under 40% from 3. Who got the Defensive Player of the Year? Giannis got the Defensive Player of the Year. 25, 12 boards, 7.2 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.8 blocks. Mercy. Still not shooting free throws well, though. But his three-point percentage was up higher. And see, the most improved player was Darius Garland. He blossomed quite well next to LeBron. 17.5 points, 6 assists. He really took a nice leap for his career. And Mike Budenholzer won. Oh, look at the record. The Bucks were 66-16. Now we gotta look at the records here. Now let's look at the All NBA first team first. Oscar Robertson was All NBA first team with the Sacramento Kings, along with Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Kevin Garnett, and Wilt Chamberlain. The second team was Kobe and Mike. Mike and Kobe on the second team, All NBA's second team, with Durant, Giannis, and Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't know about you, but if you give me a chance to put the second team against this first team, I think I might take the second team. I don't know, though. It's pretty tight. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Wait a minute, I've messed up everything. It's pretty close, though. I mean, Oscar Robertson, Kobe is pretty. I'd take Kobe. Yeah, I'd probably still take Kobe. Luka, Mike, I'm definitely taking Mike. LeBron, Durant, I am probably taking LeBron there, just overall, all things considered. And then Garnett, Giannis. Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one. I think I still take Giannis. And then Hakeem and Wilt. That'd be a heck of a matchup, right? And then you look at the All NBA third team. You got Clyde Drexler, Steph Curry, LeBron again. This is Lakers LeBron, but he got hurt towards the end there. Tim Duncan, and then Joel Embiid. Not a bad third team, but definitely feeling like a third team in this particular thing that we're doing here. All NBA defensive first team: Mike, Wade, Giannis, Charles Barkley. Something is wrong with he must have just got there for rebounding. Hakeem Olajuwon is there. All defensive second team: Kobe, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, Cleveland LeBron, and Shaq. And then we got the same thing here. All right, so these are the playoffs. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at the standings first before we look at all of that. Well, they won't let us see the standings. I want to see where. There we go. All right, so in the East, the Bucks had the best record, 66-16. The Raptors were still 51-31, and they were a distant second, very, very distant. The Celtics were 50-32. The Cavs were 50-32 as well. That Cavs team. And the Bulls with Michael Jordan, they made it 50-32 as well. The 76ers were 46-36. The Nets were 45-37, and the Hawks eked in with a 40-42 record. Now, we are not allowed to see the Western Conference, I suppose. I'm not sure why we're not. We would like to see the Western Conference, please. If that would be. Oh, there we go. I'm very sorry. I'm having several mental breakdowns, and that happens from time to time as you get older. Golden State has the best record by one game over the Lakers. So I kind of called this right with what I thought the simulation would be. The number 3 seed was the Rockets. The Clippers were 4th. The Mavericks were 5th. And then the Kings were 6th. And the Timberwolves were 7th. And Oklahoma City made it in at 8. But the teams that did not make it, look at this. Oh, I was about to say, I thought I saw that the Rockets didn't make it. The teams that didn't make it were the Spurs, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, the Pelicans, the Suns, and the Jazz, and the Trailblazers. Wow, John Stockton on a Jazz team that already made the playoffs didn't make the playoffs. And Clyde Drexler did not do anything at all for the Blazers. He made them worse. Well, not really. They were playing against more dogs every night, but still. In the Eastern Conference, who didn't make the playoffs? The Hornets, they just barely missed. The Heat did. Whoa! Hold everything. Get your people. Come somebody call your mama. What is going on? The Heat didn't make it with prime Dwayne Wade. Mercy. They only missed by 2 games, but still didn't make it. The Magic didn't make it with Shaq. The Knicks, of course, did not make it with Patrick Ewing. The Pacers did not make it with Reggie Miller, and the Pistons did not make it with Isaiah Thomas. The Wizards didn't make it with Elvin Hayes. None of that. Only thing that surprises me there is that Miami didn't make it at all to the playoffs, even at all. That's somewhat shocking to me, but hey, no one cares if I'm shocked. All right, so let's get into it. Playoff tree. The first round series, Golden State against Oklahoma City. That's interesting. We'll see what happens. The Clippers against Dallas. That's interesting. All of it's interesting. Houston against the Kings. The Lakers against Minnesota. Oh, the Lakers against their origin city. Milwaukee against Atlanta. Ooh, LeBron and Mike in the first round. That's nasty. Boston and the 76ers. And then you got the Raptors and the Nets. So let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to simulate this first round. What happened? Oh, LeBron is down. It's going to game 5. Oh, game is going to game 5. LeBron put Mike out. Oh. LeBron put Mike and the Bulls out in 6. Oh, my God. He just continues to victimize Chicago. No matter where you put him, LeBron, it might be LeBron against LeBron. It won't be, but it feels like it's possible. It could be LeBron against LeBron. Because, oh my God, wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. No. What? The greatest upset in NBA 2K simulation history happened. I didn't even look at it because I was looking at LeBron and Mike. The Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins, Trae Young, and the Atlanta Hawks beat Korea. Somebody got it. Somebody was hurt. Somebody had to be hurt. Somebody was out cold. No, they both played. And Antetokounmpo and Jabbar were here in game 6, and they lost by 5. What happened? The Bucks choke in cyber postseason 2. What is going on in the building? This is crazy. I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. I've lost all my understanding. I thought they were going out of the East. We might see. It might end up being LeBron. He might do it. He might make it. It might be LeBron on LeBron. I don't really know. This is crazy. Golden State goes through it. We could have pretty much got, what we expected, even though the Rockets got upset by the Kings. But we got what we expected in the West, but in the East, everything went to hell. Because look, the Raptors lose. Number 2, well, they were. I really didn't think they should have been the number 2 seed anyway. But they lost too. What is that? What is going on? All right, we got to simulate the next round. I've recovered. Are we? LeBron's down. LeBron just evened it up. LeBron won't go away. He's everywhere. We got Golden State and the Lakers in the West. Both they won in 5, and so did the Lakers win in 5. And it was trying to be a LeBron on LeBron thing. It is. This is what this. He's got to make it because they gotta beat Brooklyn. Oh, LeBron and Kyrie. He can't get away from Kevin Durant. So LeBron on both sides has quite the task to get past. Let's see who's going to the NBA Finals in this wacky, crazy thing we got going on here. Oh, LeBron's up. LeBron's down. LeBron's up and down at the same time. LeBron. Oh, he lost both times. Oh, God. No LeBron, period. Oh, God. LeBron loses Game 7 to the Warriors. And then he lost Game 6 to Kyrie and KD and the Nets. So now in this bring 'em back, Wilt Chamberlain and Dr. J have brought their teams to the NBA Finals. This is what we're looking at. We got to look back at what just happened. This is insane. Like, look at Wilt Chamberlain. Look at Wilt. 26 and 24 with 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, and a partridge in a pear tree. But he missed all 7 free throws. He missed all 7 free throws. He just went up there and just threw the ball at the backboard and just got his own rebound and dunked it. Oh, wow. That's not ideal. What did LeBron do? He beat LeBron and Kobe. Oh, my God. That is not what we wanted. Kobe had 24 and 10. LeBron had 28 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. It just didn't work out. The AD had 20. But the Golden State team is crazy. And they lost in 7. That was like an epic series. But what happened to LeBron on this side? Dr. J went completely nuts. 36 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Durant had 30 and 12. Kyrie only had 13. Did he get hurt or something? Spencer Dinwiddie had a better game. LeBron had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 13 assists. He just could not get it done. I know all y'all LeBron haters don't want, we're gonna never get it. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. It's time to do the NBA Finals. Let's go. Y'all, who's gonna win the NBA Finals, y'all? Y'all make your choices right now. I got Golden State. I think Golden State gonna win in 5. Let's go. Golden State up 3, 4, in 5. I knew it. So anybody who hates the Golden State Warriors, I'm sorry. If you did the bring them back simulation, they probably are going to win again. Finals MVP Steph Curry, not Wilt. Even though Wilt was phenomenal, looks like, he had 9 points, 18 rebounds, and 6 assists. He made 7 out of 12 free throws that game. But wait a minute, Draymond must have got hurt again. Draymond even got hurt, but didn't even play because Eric Pascal had to fill in, and they still won. Dr. J had 22, but Durant had 39 and 7 in the clincher. Didn't work out still. The Golden State Warriors win the bring 'em back NBA Finals with Wilt Chamberlain. Y'all let me know in the comments if you would like me to upload this roster. It's a pretty basic roster, not one of those super in-depth ones that I put in, made before. But let me know if you want me to put that out. I can upload it on PlayStation. It's pretty easy to duplicate on Xbox as well if you want to do it. So I appreciate y'all watching as usual. God bless and peace.